Hey guys, this is Fun with Brittany. Thanks so much for watching my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my second trimester experience and basically all the symptoms that I ended up getting as well as how I remedied them. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just telling you what worked for me. So I hope that you enjoy my video. Everyone's symptoms are really different and some of them can come and go based on whatever trimester you're on, and they have a lot of videos where you can watch week to weeks, but I just thought that it was really helpful to go ahead and kind of know what to expect for each trimester. So if you're in your second trimester, congratulations on your pregnancy. I'm a single mom, so there were things that were really hard for me to cope with, and I don't have a lot of help. I had to figure out everything on my own, and so yeah, I hope that this video helps somebody and I hope that you guys can relate. Let me know what your second trimester symptoms were and if you feel like this was a good video or if I left something out. I definitely didn't get all of the symptoms, but I do feel like the symptoms I got were ones that are very typical in some trimester of pregnancy, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So the first thing that I would say, the absolute first thing, we're talking the day that I hit my second trimester, my morning sickness disappeared. And you can watch my first trimester video. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description box below, where I talk about what I did to kind of remedy my morning sickness. I think that I just didn't find it or think of it until the very end, and I'm not sure if that's what helped or if it just kind of phased out on its own. So it's really hard to say. Once the morning sickness disappeared, right that next day, I swear to you, I just started getting blinding migraines. It was horrible. And so they have something called Fioricet that they put me on. They would not normally start someone on that at all. They would recommend that probably that you take Tylenol. But for me, since I have a history of migraines, I took Tylenol over and over again. And by the time I got to the doctor, I was not responding to anything I had taken. They decided to put me on Fioricet. So obviously that ended up working, but the only problem is just that Fioricet is like really strong. It's a strong drug and it is not good to be taking during pregnancy. If you have to, it's okay. But the level I was having to take it at got to be multiple times a day, and I was just worried and I didn't want to keep taking it. They do have a product that I use called My Brain by Au Natural or something. And I love that supplement brand, and that was what helped me literally put my migraines into remission when I wasn't pregnant. And I was just startled that these showed back up so suddenly. And because that supplement has something called Feverfew and Butter Bar in it, which are herbs, you cannot use it during pregnancy. But the main ingredient in there is B vitamins. So what I decided was to find a B complex vitamin that was safe for pregnancy, and I just was crossing my fingers that it would work for me, and it did. This is Mary Ruth's. I talk about this brand a lot. I'm not sponsored by them. I just really love this product. And this is the B complex. It's a liquid. I love it. So it's organic too, but if you're having morning sickness too, I love any liquid supplements. I think they're so much easier to take than pills, and I honestly have a lot of trouble swallowing pills too. So the way I take it is by putting it under my tongue, and yeah, that worked really well to basically stop my headaches from even happening. I started using it on a daily basis, and I also feel like it helped keep my metabolism pretty high throughout my pregnancy. I haven't gained as much weight as most people so far, but everything's good and the baby is healthy, and so I'm really happy to hear that. But one thing they did talk about was it could be the B vitamins speeding up my metabolism. So make sure that if you choose to take that and you notice that you're not gaining as much weight as you thought that you would, that you mention to your doctor that you're taking a B complex, because if you really are not gaining enough weight, they may need to go ahead and take you off of it. But anyways, I hope that helps you for your headache. It helped me a lot. And so yeah, I basically just used the B complex, and while I was still having headaches, sometimes I went ahead and just put an ice pack straight away on my head. And I will link one below. I used one of those eye masks, like the frozen eye mask, and I love those because you can just like attach it to the place on your head where it's hurting. And if you have like ocular migraines, a lot of times they're just like in one place on your head, and so that can be really frustrating. But anyway, that's what worked for me, ice pack and B complex. Another thing that happened right when my second trimester started was that my energy came back. Like, I had more energy than I had before I got pregnant, and it was crazy because if you watch my first trimester video, you'll see that I was super fatigued, and I was just really surprised that my energy came back, and it has to do with hormone fluctuations. But I even got my energy back to the point that I started having insomnia late at night, and like, I don't know, it would just be late at night and I felt like, oh my God, the baby's coming, like there's so much to do. And yeah, I spent the evenings getting a lot of stuff done. And what I would say the best thing to do if you're having insomnia is to just kind of lean into it, enjoy the energy, get done whatever things for yourself that you need to do. Maybe do like some online shopping. Don't just like aimlessly spend money, but if there are some things that you need to buy to make yourself more comfortable, you can kind of use that time to be thinking about what you can do for mommy and also what you can do for baby, because late at night, that was when I got a lot of my like cleaning done and planning done and just like everything that needed to be done for the baby. Immediately what I realized about halfway through my second trimester was that when I was going to sleep, like my stomach just like all of a sudden I wasn't comfortable. It was feeling really heavy. I felt like I didn't know where to put it. Like I was trying to sleep like on my stomach because yeah, it just felt really heavy. And so I felt like this pillow was so stupid because I already had a body pillow, and like I just felt like it wasn't perfect for exactly what I needed it for. Anyway, it's not stupid. This is the Occo Baby pillow, and you can see it's kind of like a wedge. And yeah, so you can lay your belly right up on here, and it took a lot of pressure off of my stomach. And it was honestly hilarious because the first night that I used it, I could feel that the baby was like, hey, what's that? What's squishing me? So it only took the baby one night to get used to. It didn't bother them after that, but yeah, it was just funny because I could tell that me and the baby were both trying to kind of get comfortable with the space that we had, and you know, having to kind of meet somewhere in the middle. So that honestly cracked me up a little bit. But this is seriously like, this made me so comfortable when I felt like I didn't know where to put my stomach. And I know that like the bigger my stomach grows into my third trimester, like I don't know how I don't know how I went without this for so long. If I had known that that was going to happen, I would have gotten it sooner, and I think I would have been more comfortable. And I did find a body pillow that I really, really loved for my whole body. I will also link that below because I tried like 4 of them and sent them all back. And the one that I ended up with is the one that I love. So just try not to feel bad if you have to buy a bunch of different pillows. You can see behind me, I'm kind of the pillow fort queen. But yeah, I felt like the pillows really helped me, and I tried really hard to focus on like what I needed to, because it was hard to do that for me and not just be thinking all the time about what the baby needed. So yes, my back pain continued throughout my second trimester. It was very annoying. In my first trimester, what started off as like sciatic pain, and the second trimester immediately just became back pain, and it was like in the upper back and the lower back. And I showed you guys this on my first trimester video. This is the back massager that I got. It was literally $20 on Amazon. Apparently you have to be careful because the little balls heat up, and so some people said they got burnt. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. This is like the best $20 I've ever spent in my whole life. So you can find the link to that below. I'm an Amazon associate, so if you use my link, it gives me a commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just lets them know that you came from my page. And yeah, so this has been helpful the whole pregnancy. I'm super happy that I had it, and yeah, I know that I'm going to use it throughout the third trimester as well. So I think that was a good investment, you know, $20 here, $20 there. It's been worth it for me to make myself super comfortable. Back problems is just something that is like a part of life. I'm really happy with those items so far. I felt like they really helped to alleviate like some of the symptoms that I was having. So another thing that happened was immediately I started just getting really bad heartburn. Felt like it was showing up as like chest pain, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my chest, there's something wrong with my heart, you know? and yeah, anyway, so it was just heartburn, and like, I don't know, those antacids are so disgusting. But I did find one that I love, which is like a soft chew. Sometimes you can get them as a deal if you buy 2 packs of them, which I recommend just because like you will need more of these than you think. These ones are the cherry flavored from CVS, and yeah, they're almost like a candy. So I liked that a lot better than those chalky little tablets, and that helped my heartburn a lot. Just take an antacid if you have to. That's what worked for me. And yeah, check with your doctor and make sure that it's not your heart or anything weird, because people do have blood pressure issues when they get pregnant, and it can be like a sign of preeclampsia. I don't have that, thankfully. I was kind of surprised because with all my health issues, like, who knows? But yeah, so far that is not what's going on. The antacid worked perfectly for me, so that was easy to take care of. So the only other thing I would say is just that like in the second trimester, I started feeling like the baby was like started kicking harder, so like very, very hard. And yeah, that was something that made me a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm just happy because the more active they are, the healthier they are, and I just knew that, okay, like the baby is okay, so that's good. And then also what I did was I just went ahead and got like packs of those little travel Kleenex, because I've never had nosebleeds in my whole life. But yeah, so throughout the second trimester, that's what started. A lot of times it was in the morning, and yeah, I would wake up and just walk straight to the mirror and start getting a nosebleed at like an alarming rate, kind of. And so, I mean, maybe that's normal for people who get nosebleeds, I don't know. Freaked me out. But yeah, I just decided to carry Kleenex with me so that it doesn't happen on the run, because that would be embarrassing. But everything about being a new mom so far has been really kind of an experience and a surprise, and I'm really excited to welcome my new little one. And I'm excited to tell you guys more about my third trimester, so keep an eye out for that video, and I will update you guys once I have the baby on that. I want to make sure to include everything up until then so that you guys don't miss anything that I may have had to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Just go ahead and subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I make new content.